everywhere around us, people are talking about artificial intelligence. We're starting to see robots pop up everywhere, self-driving cars, all that stuff. So it's a very exciting time to be a consumer, but it's also a very scary time. And, not everybody is that happy about the prospect of dealing with robots. I have to say, in my own city of Philadelphia recently, there was a robot that they sent out. He was hitchhiking on the road, and somebody in Philly decided to behead him instead. So much for that. But on the other hand, people are very excited about the idea of dealing with robots in stores and so on, because it may simplify the shopping experience, and intelligent agents maybe can help us to make better choices. So people clearly are forming new relationships with these mechanical objects, shows on TV about them. Believe it or not, a few people have actually married a robot. Yes, I said that. They have actually married a robot. And we're going to be seeing them more and more. By 2024, it's projected that 74 million robots will be shipped across the world. So they're here to stay probably. But the question is, how will we as consumers accept this new technology? And we know from the past that sometimes people are pretty slow to do that. When some of you may remember ATMs when they were first introduced, a lot of people had trouble with the idea of dealing with an automated bank teller rather than a flesh and blood person. So we know that people will accept technology if they believe that there's incremental value in doing so. But if they don't, sometimes we run into challenges. When we look at wearables, for example, wearable computers, there are some issues in that industry as consumers aren't necessarily adopting those devices as quickly as people had hoped. So there has to be value there, but clearly as we increasingly interact with computers, marketers have to think a lot about how is that going to affect the interaction between the customer and the store or the company. And one of the issues that I don't think marketers are thinking about very much yet, at least, is what should that interface look like? And even more specifically, if customers are dealing with a robot, what should that robot look like? Should it be attractive? Should it look like a person? Should it look like a machine? And there's a lot of research over the years on the appearance of a salesperson that can transfer readily to this domain. So it's very important for marketers to consider, how does the appearance of that robot and the way that robot talks to the customer, etc., how does that influence the sales interaction? So that's an enormously important question. I hope you'll read my blog where I talk a little bit more about that, and say hi to your robot for me.